growing up in a family that has a history of swimming and also being on the same team, what was it like being on the same team with each other? Like growing up, just swimming. Like, were you guys pretty competitive? Were you guys kind of like different like approaches when it came to swimming? Was one maybe more motivated than the other? Were you guys just kind of trying to beat each other, or was it more of just like trying to push each other to get better?
Well, that question is loaded with like we can go lots of years. I can I can start with Highland swimming, and that's our country club, like our summer league team, where our dad was coaching. And I mean, being on a team together was just awesome. Like once we started getting older too, it was like okay, like I have the 15, 16 age group. Coleman's got the the 13, 14s, and Will's got the 9 or 10 or whatever. And so that was awesome. And then, like, as we started getting older, then Coleman and I started becoming coaches while Will was still on the team. And, just having him, like, kind of coaching him. Um, and then Zionsville practices, like, in the summers, we would always build a fort upstairs in our loft. And we would sleep in the fort for the whole summer, like 2 months. And it was like, okay, we got to get up for club practice, Zionsville club practice in the mornings. And I would say Coleman was probably like the hardest one to get up. And we would be, barely making it on time. But Coleman was the brother out of all three of us who, like, stayed with swimming. Like, that was definitely his sport. And Will and I kind of dabbled into some other sports. I really liked soccer a lot, and until swimming kind of was okay, I'm a little better at swimming than I am soccer. So that's kind of, continued down the swimming path in college.
I just remember being excited each summer going to Highland. We have this game. It's basically sharks and minnows, but just coming back each summer and just being faster than you were the year before, just so you could get to the other side of the pool a little bit quicker. But then that turned into club swimming, like Sanders said. I think there was one summer we built a fort, and I was the only brother doing club swimming. I remember thinking, man, this kind of sucks. But it was fun when my brothers joined me the next summer because then all three of us were doing it and jumping into the freezing water. It was something that all three of us shared, so it was nice. Then, yeah, joining the high school team, I was always told by Sanders he got to experience that first, obviously, and he always shared that that was just so much fun, and that was the most fun because you're on a team. It's a very team-centered thing, and in club swimming, it's not so much of a team sport. So that was a lot of fun to finally be able to swim high school with Sanders, and then continue that with William later on.
Mhm. Yeah, I think for me looking at it, I think we all had. I think Coleman and Sanders kind of had their competition between them two, and then I would say me and Coleman. Once Sanders went off to college, it was like then I started coming up, and then it was me and Coleman had our kind of rivalry, and then it started to be me and Sanders also. It was just like different events. It was always different events. Like I think Sanders and Coleman have a story with their like triple crown race. I don't know what you guys did, but one summer they raced like it was like 250s of two different strokes and then 100 IM, just because it was probably originated at some dinner conversation where they just started talking trash to each other. And then I was like, all right, let's go to the pool and see if you can back it up or not. And I think that's a lot of where our kind of friendly competitions come from.
I
No,
think I won all three races of the Triple Crown.
No, 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 no.
It was 100 IM, a 50 breaststroke, and then Sanders thought he could beat me doing butterfly when I did freestyle for a 50. No, and I took all three of them.
Was that really one of our races?
Yeah.
Well, that was a bad, yeah. That was a bad bet.
I was just gonna say it sounds like that wasn't the greatest bet on your end, Sanders.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But our 100 IM is pretty close. It's like half a second.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like, how often did you guys kind of do that growing up? Like, have those conversations or have those bets, and then you just like jump in the pool like the next day and just have those like quote unquote kind of competitions between
Oh,
each other? And do you think that kind of really helped you guys get better and maybe more motivated to eventually start swimming in college?
I think 100%. I was like, I think every time we're either at the dinner table, we are at a pool, or just honestly wherever we are, where I think two of us at least are together. I mean, trash talk just starts, and then it's if we're in a pool, I mean it. I think every single time we're in a pool, we'll think of some challenge where we'll try and race or something where we can compete in. And I mean, I think that just helped. I mean, and that was all throughout our ages, like all throughout while we were growing up, and a multitude of different things. We're playing with from playing with like Nerf guns to swimming in the pool. I think, and I think that definitely just helped develop kind of a competitive spirit within us three that I think allowed us to be able to compete on the college level. So
And I know too, you guys are quote unquote retired college swimmers. Do you guys still do that anymore? Or obviously, you might not be able to do that as much, kind of being in different places. But that does that still kind of happen, or now because two you guys are retired, it's more of just like kind of swimming's past my endpoint at this point.
oh no, we still do that 100%. I think Sanders and I raced 100 IM like uh, close to a month ago, and then I mean, Will just got back from Berlin, and I'm still talking trash to
yeah,
him.
Coleman. I think it was Friday. This literally 2 days ago, Friday night, was saying he could beat me in a 50 breast, like talking trash, and I was like, "There's no way."
So yeah, it definitely still continues.
It's one of those things. It's like obviously Will is like we can't really race Will anymore. Like maybe it's like if I'm okay, Will, you do 100 and I do a 75 sort of thing. But now it's like different competitions in the pool, like water basketball or our new favorite game, Gladiator, and that's like almost like you're trying to get the other guy like to the other side of the pool. Um, but like Coleman and I still have our battles now. And I know one day when Will's retired, he's gonna, join our swim battles.
I was just gonna say, who's the best at Gladiator? Who usually wins?
That is,
I've taken top rates now. Last time we played, I was taking control of the game.
I would have to face Will, but I would say myself. Uh, I
Third tier.
I I I I recently took Dad and Sanders down, so I would have to face Will, but I don't know.
Coleman's the strongest, but like Will has this wingspan that's just crazy. Like he can just wrap you up. It's like I'm 6'4", like I shouldn't be getting wrapped up like this.
I love how eventually I end up going to Will, but at first there was a little bit of a disagreement of who was going to win. But seems like maybe at least from Sanders' end, he's like, yeah, maybe beating Will is a little bit tough.
I haven't faced Will and Gladiator in a bit. I do
Because you're always
remember
on my team getting carried.
we like to do the young guys versus the old guys, so that is always a fun matchup. Because this is Will and I against my dad and Sanders. It's nice that we have our dad too, so we got a four in our group.
Who usually wins, the young guys or the old guys?
That'd be the
Young guys. Young guys.
Yeah, yeah,
I was just gonna say, do you agree with them, Sanders? But it seems like you do.
yeah. We can edit that out.